Okay guys, so I want to talk to you guys about how to win government contracts in 5 simple steps, okay? The first step is to have a business and to get registered. Now how you get registered is you go to sam.gov, okay? Sam.gov is how you get registered to bid on federal contracts. However, you don't need to be registered on sam.gov to bid on state and local contracts. So right now, if you already have a business, you can simply go to your state's website, type in state procurements, right? Maryland procurements, Georgia procurements, and you will find the state's website. You can start finding opportunities there. But step one is to get that SAM registration done, because once you're registered on SAM, you can bid on federal contracts across the country. I'd rather have you registered at a federal level so you're not limited to just your state, right? That way, if an opportunity presents itself at a federal level, you're already registered. So step one is to have a business and to get registered at the federal level. But overall, get registered at the federal level by going to sam.gov and getting registered on that website. Step two is to do your market research. You have to identify who your buyer is, right? How do you market research? You can go to usaspending.gov. You can literally track where the money is going on USA Spending, right? So go to usaspending.gov, do your market research and find out what agency is buying what you're selling. And remember, the government buys everything. So all you have to do is literally just find out what agency buys that particular service. And then step three is to start building a relationship with that particular agency, right? So if it's Department of Defense that buys your product the most, start finding who to build relationships with at the Department of Defense, right? It's going to be the OSDBU, okay? OSDBU. Find out who the OSDBU is for that agency and start building relationships with them, right? So step one is to have a business and get registered on SAM. Step two, do your market research and understand who your buyer is. Once you do your market research and understand who your buyer is, step three is to start building relationships with those individuals, preferably the OSDBU, okay? OSDBU, that's at the federal level. At the state level, find your local procurement officer and start building a relationship with them to find opportunities before they present themselves, right? So that's step three. Step four is to find contracts, okay? You need to build a pipeline of opportunities that you can consistently keep bidding. Let's say you want to make $1 million in 1 year, right? Well, have a pipeline that has $20 million in it, because now out of those $20 million opportunities, you can now potentially win $1 million of those opportunities because you had a big enough pipeline, because you're not going to win every single contract. So if your pipeline is big, you can at least get your small goal of $1 million, right? So step four is to find opportunities and fill up your opportunity pipeline by having a lot of contracts to bid. And it all goes back to doing the market research and knowing exactly what agency buys what you are selling and building those right relationships. Now step five, you have to submit bids. You literally have to submit bids. If you're not submitting bids, you're not going to win anything, right? Most people are able to find contracts and they don't submit bids. You have to submit bids, okay? So step one, have a company and get registered at the federal level, because once you're registered at the federal level, you can bid on contracts across the country and within your state, right? Step two is to do the market research. Once you do the market research, you find out who your buyer is and you know exactly what they buy, how they buy. Step three is now initiate contact with them and start building a relationship. You want to build a long-term relationship. Don't come in there all thirsty for a contract. They can smell you coming from a mile away, right? So present yourself like an expert and say, hey, I'm here to build a long-term relationship because I see the value of working with you guys and I can provide a lot of value for you guys long-term. That's what they want to hear. They don't want to just give you an opportunity and you swerve on them, right? And you leave on them, right? So build a relationship. Step four is to find opportunities. Build your opportunity pipeline, right? You want to literally have contracts on contracts to submit a bid on, so that if let's say you lose 10, you will at least win 2, right? So build your opportunity pipeline up, and the last step is to submit bids. Just because you find the contracts doesn't mean you're gonna win, right? Just because you find the contract doesn't mean you're automatically gonna win. You have to submit the bid. In the process of submitting bids, you're gonna learn how to actually submit winning proposals, and through persistence and consistency, guess what? You're gonna start winning some contracts, okay? So those are your 5 steps. Step one, have a business and get registered at the federal level. Step two, do your market research using usaspending.gov to find out exactly who buys what you're selling. Step three, start building relationships with those particular agencies, right? You can even go to acquisitions.gov to start finding those contact informations, okay? I'm giving you guys some tips now. So after you start initiating contact and building those relationships, step four is to build your opportunity pipeline. There are a plethora of ways to find opportunities. I'm not gonna share them with you, right? You gotta buy the university for that. But you gotta find opportunities and build your opportunity pipeline. Once you build your opportunity pipeline, the last step, you gotta start submitting bids. And to submit bids, you need the proposal writing process, right? A way to actually pump those proposals out in the best way to win, right? And the last step is to start submitting bids. You have to be able to submit those bids. And the last step is to submit bids. You have to be willing to submit those bids. If you're not submitting bids, you're not winning, right? So how do you submit bids in a way that makes sense? You can actually pump those things out. You need the proposal writing process, okay? That's a whole other video. But overall, those are the 5 steps that you should implement to start winning government contracts. And if you got some value from this video, definitely like, leave a comment, share, teach someone, each one, right? So definitely leave us a review. Let us know. I have YouTube links in my bio. You can go to my bio, go to YouTube, watch some more content I have there. Overall, get GovCon University. This is going to teach you everything about government contracting. As you can see, got the logo right there, right? But overall, learn the 5 steps, implement them, and you're going to see some results. Hope you got some value, and I'll see you on the next one.